Alright guys, today we will be reacting to Instant Death opening, the only opening. I couldn't find the no credits version of the other anime openings that I wanted to do, so this is it. So, alright, now make sure to check out my other anime reactions to opening, and I hope you enjoy. Now let's do this. Alright guys, now this is Instant Death's opening. Now, this is the protagonist who has like a variant of concept powers, and his conceptual power is killing anything that he can think of with one thought. So, but as with all conceptual powers, there are characters that can resist this effect. So, not really, not really debatable of how his powers limits are, because it's that even this limitless conceptual power will not do anything against other concept power users. So yeah, he also doesn't fight physically, so that's another disadvantage that he has. He has to he has to think about the target to kill them, and also it has limitations. Like, even though he's the rebirth of the end, and he's the body of the entity of the end, he still has his limits. And this anime is just about him killing monsters and all the antagonists with just one thought. And but it does not work against conceptual entities. So if it tries to if it tries to if it tries to fight somebody with like conceptual speech, or conceptual evasion, or conceptual thinking, and conceptual attacks, then he will likely have no effect on them, because they're on the same level of concept powers, even though those variations those variations basically match up to his own variant of concept powers. And yeah, and it's pretty much hacks. Alright, so these are all the enemies. They all get one thinked away, and the monsters do, but some of them just survive for the sake of the plot. And side characters don't die. Main villains die, though. The antagonists and monsters die, but the mostly humans don't die. He doesn't kill humans. And his allies, he also doesn't kill them. So yeah, but he can kill monsters and antagonists. Like, he hasn't killed a sage, though. People like to claim that he's the strongest character of anime, but there are so many. He would stalemate against other conceptual users, to be honest. And it's not really a debate that he can one shot a lot of the anime top ranked anime protagonists and superheroes, because he can't. He has limits on his conceptual power, and it's only a variant of the any concept power variation. And against those users, he wouldn't have any effect, because he would just stalemate on them, because they're on equal levels. and he does one shot like monsters and fantastical beasts, and he has one shot like armies with his thoughts, and he can just command like death and erasure at will, but it's only of the ones that he targets, so he can actually control it a little bit. It's kind of unknown the full potential of his conceptual death powers, because he can disable momentum too, and he can also like disable, nullify, kill, basically all kinds of negative point powers, but as a concept, and he can also delete concepts. So yeah, but its maximum extent is still unknown, but it can go pretty far for how the novel showed way more of his power than the anime did. And yeah, that's the sage that died later, but Yogiri hasn't really killed her, so yeah, she was an antagonist, but then she just got killed herself, so not really a main antagonist, I guess. But yeah, he can also kill with his eyes sight alone, cause it's a conceptual power. It's not really physical. It's more like it manipulates the forces of concepts. So yeah, so this is just a effect of the ripple effect of his power being used. This is the opening, so they didn't really all die. It's just to show off the effect and impact and the influence of his conceptual power. And yeah, that was the instant death opening. Now, thanks for watching. Alright, now on to the review. Okay, guys, so that was the reaction for instant death opening, and yeah, the protagonist has a conceptual variant power known as conceptual death, so he can basically negate, nullify, kill, and like I said, it's basically a conceptual negative point power, which is some form of hacks, because conceptual powers are hacks. They're not physical nor energy based. They just manipulate the forces of concepts. And yeah, those kind of powers are categorized as the hacks. So yeah, pretty interesting anime, and one of the top ranked one because of the unique power. And yeah, now like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.